I really wanted to look into was how music affects us mentally, and how it helps us produce happy hormones, like one of them being dopamine. When I get low on an evening with dopamine, I get low and into sort of dark spiral. One of the things that the crisis team teach you is how to sort of get out of that spiral, and therefore I would put my earpods in, or I do put my earpods in, and I go for a walk with the dogs and listen to music and better the beat. When it's got a really good definite beat, powerful beat, that helps me no end to listen to the music. So I started thinking, how do you take a photo, how do you take a picture of sound? We don't see it, sound we hear it, so we use our ears rather than our eyes. So in my research, bit by bit, I found Cymatics by Hans Jenner, or Jenny. He developed cymatics, which is a study of the vibration of sound, and with that, with the movement of the water, they then take photos, and it should be symmetrical, which is because the power of the boom of the music makes waves in the water, and then you take the photo, and it should be technically symmetrical. Technically. However, I am in a mobile home. We are at a slant. We've already had a mishap. You know, you can see my health and safety is in place, not. I have dogs that think what the is going on. So anyway, take one was bit Heath Robinson. So I cut a lid out of a takeaway of something. So I cut the lid out, and I had this LED tape, so I put it round and pegged it up, and it came out really well actually. I was really pleased how it, just with sort of, you know, peg and everything. So this is take 2. I had a selfie light, LED selfie light, which does multicolours, and obviously the tripod. The cool bag has got a Wheatie bag in it for your neck, which is the weight basically. And the brilliant thing about living on a yard is you've always got, well, horses and donkeys, you've always got baling twine, and you've got silver tape. And silver tape they mend multi-million pound aircraft with. So I just think, well, if they could do it, I can do it. So as you can see, I've got my tripod, I've got my LED light facing down into the basin of water. One camera is here. I've sort of managed to tie it into the ring, or screw it in with the ring with bits and pieces I had. And then underneath all this is my health and safety barrier. Underneath all of this, you have a subwoofer speaker, which is plugged into a amplifier, which then is wireless, so my phone can connect to it, and I can play the sounds that I want to play through it. So then I've got a plastic bag over for a bit of health and safety, bit of a plastic one I made earlier from Blue Peter sitting on top, and then my basin of water. Already had a near miss, already had it sort of flying over and such like, but there we are. So I'll let it settle down. It won't be symmetrical because I'm allowing for the mobile home now, as the mobile home is part of my journey of the mental health of getting out of the house, domestic abuse and all that. So this is after this take 1, experiment 1, we're now on to experiment 2.
For too weak to stand in your arms when you got pulled into your feet. But there's a side to you that I never knew. All the things you'd say, they were never true, and the things.
These are stills I took while the water was vibrating, and some of them remind me of the brain. So in conclusion of my experiments and what I found and what worked and what didn't work, collecting my first attempt, I didn't have a strong enough speaker. I think the water was too deep in the basin. Collecting the sounds of my choir and the tractor and things like that, they didn't vibrate the speaker enough. There wasn't enough frequency or bass to vibrate the speaker, which then in turns vibrate the water. So they weren't as successful as really techno music that vibrates, has got that really deep, fast bass. And also I found some frequency sounds on the internet, and I used them, which the results from that are, I'm amazed. It was literally watching a film develop before your eyes. I was you know, so happy at that point. That's my high point. Obviously the low point is the computer crashing. Even trying to submit it today, it's wiped it, you know, I've wiped stuff. That's why I'm doing this now. It's wiped stuff clear. I wiped a memory card clear of other stuff that I'd recorded and whatever a few weeks ago. So that sort of, it does, well, for me it knocks me back anyway. But carrying on, that our bodies are made up of 60% of water, so vibration's going to have a huge effect on us. And our brain and our kidneys are the places that are stored the most. So definitely vibrations will have a powerful effect on our brains and producing those endorphins and making us happy endorphins.